Welcome, everybody, another edition of Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. On another beautiful Monday night. And look, it's still sunny out. It's amazing. How are you, Greg?
Nice. Good. Am I muted or not? I don't know. But yeah, It's been a great day. Doesn't sound like the end of the week's going to be, right? It snowed this morning when I woke up, though.
It's going to be snow tomorrow night into thunderstorms and severe weather, tornadoes. Welcome to Wisconsin.
Well, there'll be like 2 inches of salt on the road for a quarter inch of snow, so we'll be good.
Oh, no, it'll wash off.
Oh, you guys got to get that all out there. You got to use it up.
It's just like you at fertilizer, right? You put more
right?
on,
No, that's expensive stuff.
See? Yeah, same thing. Well, we want to thank Front Street Toys, Casper Egg, Slime Enterprises, Trip Downing, and Wet and Camp Transport for sponsoring Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. I did a little video over the weekend working in the shop, in my messy shop that you'll see is, but I don't spend a lot of time cleaning and whatever, I guess. I don't like work anything, but so I got the garden tractors out, and I did a video of Ross's tractor and my garden tractor, and what they kind of started out as, and built one for my nephew, and just kind of show the similarities between like the garden tractors and the big tractors. They're just a quarter scale of hot farm, super farm. So I did a little video and 30-minute video or so. So if anybody has any questions, ask away. But I just thought, a lot of people don't get to see the insights of big tractors, let alone small. So I thought I'd do a little video and put it out there.
Yep. Let's ask some questions when we're done. It always makes it better, guys. Want to know what you're thinking.
Yeah. So Ryan, if you want to play it, make it full screen, and we'll just sit back and watch.
All right. Welcome, everybody.
Uh-oh.
Had some trouble? Technical difficulties?
Must be.
So what else did you do this weekend, John?
Well, I seen your son. Was at the fundraiser there for Utica Nora Rockdale Snowmobile Club, Trailblazers. They had their annual spring fun event. So I was there. And, had a good time, good night out, good dinner.
Yeah, Mason said he won a big package of meat.
Did he?
Yep, the last one of the night or something.
Yeah. Was that a birthday party? And, it was a pretty busy weekend. Worked in the shop. Did a lot.
I went to one of our sponsors, Wallersheim Winery sponsors the benefit pool of the Children's Hospital.
All right, welcome everybody. In my shop here, do a little segment on not just Badger State tractor pulling, but tractor pulling in general, and kind of the quarter scale version. You see my son Ross's tractor, Buster's binder. These were Cub Cadets made in the early '80s. They resembled like the 3688 or the 5288 series, and back in the day, the garden tractors that the dealership sold, like by International or by John Deere, were built to look like the large tractors, like the 4020s, the 4010s, were like the 110 series John Deere, and then like these, like I said, were like the 3688, 5288, the 88 series tractors, so they resemble it. So they're the quarter scale. And just kind of touching on tractor pulling, from one spectrum to another. The garden tractor world is quarter scale of the big tractors of Badger State, but they are very similar. Tractor pulling in general is the same bat and ball, it's just a different glove, is kind of how I look at it. And I'm just kind of showing you my son Ross's tractor, and then there's this tractor here. It's what it used to resemble. And I'm going to move the camera around, so I'm kind of by myself, but I'll show you guys some closer stuff here as I move in. So that's what this tractor looked like, you know, other than the more deck's not on this one, but this is what it started out as. And then I got my nephew's tractor, Dennis. His is on the work table back there. And we're working to put that one together to have it out this summer too. That's going to be a stock garden tractor. Going to run in the kids class in a couple different organizations. Ross and I run 3 different organizations here in Wisconsin. We run Wisconsin Garden Tractor Pullers, ATV Club that runs Northern Illinois, southwestern Wisconsin. And we also pull with the mini pullers that are up around the Hillsboro area, up around that area up there. And it's a lot of fun. Got back into garden tractor pulling with Ross when he was of age to start pulling. Actually, kind of before he was of age, he drove my brother's tractor at Richland Center. But while I was in the process of building this one, I used to do this with my dad for many years. That's how I got started into tractor pulling. And my dad and I pulled a tractor just like the one you see here, the 782. Ours was a 582. We pulled for years. So that's kind of the body style that I wanted to build for Ross. And it was kind of more in memory of, you know, my dad who passed that, you know, got me in the tractor pulling, and I wouldn't have met all the great people that I have along the way if it wasn't for him and do the things we get to do. So when he showed some interest in it, I built this for him and had a little help along the way. The rear end is built by Don Vogt. I bought that from Don Vogt. This was in his Pro Stock tractor, the rear end that's in this one. The engine.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I was muted there. I'm sorry. I was going to ask you who Don Vogt is and what else does he do? Just the rear ends for the garden tractors? I can't hear him. Ryan, is his mic muted too?
There. Better?
There you go.
Better?
Yep, now I can hear you.
Something must have happened to the video there, but so Don Vogt and his brother pulled for many years.
All right. Welcome everybody.
Welcome everybody. And he used to build them for Heavy. Heavy had motors built by him. I think Heavy still has one. But Don Vogt sold out and got rid of all of his stuff. And I seen he had this for sale, so I got in contact with him, went down and bought it from him. A very nice piece, well put together. So those guys were very successful in pulling.
Okay, we'll move over here. I'll try and do it as smooth as possible to kind of get you the bird's eye view of what we got going on here. Sorry about my messy shop, kind of a lot of projects going on. So this one here is a twin cylinder. It's got a twin Briggs in it, and this is what they come with, factory twin Briggs or twin Kohlers. And you see all the heat shielding, and it's wedged in there. I mean, it's wedged in there pretty tight. And I'll actually pop the side shield off of this for you to kind of give you a good sight underneath the hood. It comes off pretty quick. So this is one, my brother actually bought this one and bought the one that's sitting on the bench there. The one on the bench had a little better body on it, so that's why we're building that one. But it's kind of looking there, you see the motor, twin cylinder sitting in there. This one here is a 582 special, so this doesn't have the good Cub Cadet 3-speed rear end in it at all. But these tractors come with either 482, 582 special, 582, 682, which was a hydro, and a 782 was a hydro. And then they had a 982 that was in this series they're quite a bit longer, bigger twin cylinder, had hydraulics. 782s had hydraulics too. So that's the different variations, but they come with, the 482 had a single cylinder in it, so there's a different mount to run a single cylinder motor, and you'll see that on Ross's here when I pop this
All right. Which one? Ross's, the Buster's binder has a single cylinder in it, right?
Yeah. So I don't know if we got. So this one through is. I wonder if it's Ryan, wherever Ryan's at, might have bad Wi-Fi. That's what we got a problem with video, but so yeah, you see the old one there, and then Ross has a single cylinder. So they have many different variations of that same body style. You know, you can start out with the economy version and work your way up. So hopefully it'll play again. You'll be able to see the engine and how it's crowded in the other old tractor, and then how it's in Ross's. And then I have video footage there, clutch and everything. So hopefully it'll play here again and catch the video and weren't together there. Going to come back up. Too bad. I was hoping it was all going to work good.
It might. Everybody knows Ryan's out of town right now. I think he's probably trying to do it from a hotel or something, right?
Might be, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He's out of town, from what I gathered, but yeah.
So he's always showing, I showed the clutch and the motor and showed both of the old tractor and the new one, or I should say Ross's and the old tractor and the variations, the clutch in it and where you get clutch power and about it. And then later on in the video, I showed the tractor that I have, which is a Light Pro, or a Pro Mod, they call it different places. So Ross's is like a 12-volt Kohler in it. Stock rules, it'll only be like 30 over the same. You put a small cam in, it only run 4,000 or 4,200 RPM. So that's the perfect version for kids to get going, and they can handle it. I made the clutch arm longer, so you can put your clutch in and let the clutch out on its own. I don't have to do. The only thing I help him with is put it in gear and push him up the side, and he goes on his own. I have a video of him pulling out, posted out on the Facebook here afterwards. I couldn't get it to download. I'll see if it'll post in the comments when we're done here tonight. So if anybody wants to look at that, they can see it. But yeah, it's just showing the differences. So basically, like Ross's tractor is equal to like a hot farm or super farm. Caster end, you change all the internals in the rear end, you put bigger axles in it, dart carrier in it, shifting forks are billet. A lot of the parts you can buy. Midwest Super Cub is one of the places where I've gotten a ton of parts for our garden tractor stuff. Julian Stahl builds all kinds of parts and pieces. He makes everything and anything for a Cub Cadet build a pulling. And he also is a machinist that builds motors and dynos motors and custom builds motors, and he's always looking at the next step. What can I make more horsepower? He's very innovative. Him and his wife Kathy, Midwest Super Cub, they come to a couple Badger State pulls out here. Also in Hillsboro. So Ryan just messaged me that it keeps going in and out. That's what it is.
Yep. So, all right. So, like the clutch in that tractor, is that like a stock clutch pressure plate or something? Do you do something special, or what do you do?
No, so the clutch in it is a built clutch that's in it. So there's two steel pressure plates used to run a fiber disc in them, and the Cub Cadets have a solid dry shaft in them, where a lot of other garden tractors were belt drive. So belt drive with a gear drive transmission, even tractors you see a lot of times still on the garden tractor oil might have a John Deere hood on, or whatever manufacturer you can think of. Usually they have Cub Cadet driveline. But it's a billet. It's a billet piece, and it's got clutch material that are pucks. So you either get like a 3-puck, 4-puck, or a 5-puck clutch, and it's got the pucks riveted on the disc. And then there's different springs you can get for different pressures: 1450, 1650, 1450 foot-pounds of torque that lock it in. Then there's a billet driver. There's a billet steel flywheel on it. Take the old cast flywheels off. And so it's all safety driven. Same thing as the big tractors. You take the cast flywheels out of them, put the billet steel ones in them. So that's what I was going to show all that about, is how similar it was to the big tractor.
Okay. So hopefully, is Ryan thinking he'll get them videos up again, or gonna try, or to see?
I don't know. It's cell service.
Okay. Yep. It's amazing what that does. But so instead of having weights in the clutch, you buy heavier springs or lighter springs, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, heavier. It's a single spring, and it locks. And it'll Ross's tractor and my tractor, the clutch is locked. It don't slip. The only way it slips is by you flipping it, letting it out. And once it's locked, it'll run it until you kill a motor. So it's identical to a Crowder pedal clutch.
Yep.
You know, it'll once you engage the clutch, it's engaged. It don't disengage.
It's not going to give up. Yeah. Yep.
Nope.
And then, is it CCs in the motor? You know, you've got a CC or cubic inch motor. Is that what the rules are for, like, say, on Ross's tractor there?
Ross's tractor goes by horsepower, and a lot of the clubs are different. They have different rules. So I built a 12 horse motor for him. So he can pull at any club. He can go anywhere with his. You run a 12 horse, you run 4,200 RPM. If you run a 14 horse, you can run like 4,000. If you run a 16 horse, you run 3,800 RPM. So that's how they do it.
Yep. So Craig Ladwig said you have a bad echo. Do you have your volume up on your TV? Maybe, I don't know. So
yeah, let me see if I can fix it.
All right. But so how many events do you go to a year other than the Badger State events to do this? And then you take your brother's tractor, and do you take your tractor?
Yeah. So is it still echoing?
That sounds better.
I can shut my TV off. I don't know what it is. There. Now it won't. Shouldn't do it.
Okay.
So yeah, my brother has one, and I have one, and actually my brother's got two of them, so he'll drag his out with his son's younger. So we're built the other one sitting on the table that you did see back there to play rock.
Yeah. Yep. So that's cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And the other one is an alcohol tractor, which is a light pro or not heavy pro mod, depending on where you go with it. And that one is by cubic inch. So I think cubic inch is like 37 cubes or 37 and a half. 3.812 bore by 3 1/4 stroke is max. 16 horse block. It's got a alcohol carb, 1.2 inch Venturi alcohol carburetor. Unlimited RPM. Governor on that one. Where Ross has a governor. And that one there makes 58 horse, right around there.
Yeah.
So it's something that Ross able to look forward to.
Right? Maybe it's mine. I've got my TV on, but I can't hear you if I turn it off. Can you hear me yet?
I can hear you, yeah.
All right. So I don't know if it's mine or not, but I don't know.
Still echoing? Yeah, I can hear it now.
Is it better?
No, I don't know why either.
I don't know either. So, kind of stuck in a spot here with no video, right?
Stock You know, you can't go more than 30 thousandths over stock stroke. There's limitations. Carburetor's got to be stock. You can run a different cam up to a certain lift, and you can run racing fuel. So his runs racing fuel. The one that I have is a light pro stock in some places, light pro mod, heavy pro mod in other places, and we'll talk about that one too. So I want to show you. I'm going to move the camera over here and try and be as ginger as I can, as I'm your cameraman and host, and show you the stock garden tractor underneath the hood, and I'll show you Ross's, and I'll kind of show you where that other chassis is starting. So I'm going to get the hoods opened up here, and I'll move over here and kind of show you. Okay, so we'll move over here, and I'll try and do it as smooth as possible to kind of get you the bird's eye view of what we got going on here. Sorry about my messy shop, kind of a lot of projects going on. So this one here is a twin cylinder. It's got a twin Briggs in it, and this is what they come with, factory twin Briggs or twin Kohlers. And you see all the heat shielding, and it's wedged in there. I mean, it's wedged in there pretty tight. And I'll actually pop the side shield off of this for you to kind of give you a good sight underneath the hood. Comes off pretty quick. So this is one, my brother actually bought this one and bought the one bench had a little better body on it, so that's why we're building that one. But it's kind of looking there, you see the motor, twin cylinder sitting in there.
The sound in that doesn't match up. I don't know if you can hear me, Ryan, but we might as well.
Yeah, the video's not keeping up.
No, it's not. No.
So, yeah, I don't know, but go on about your second one there, John, and then the horsepower and all that stuff you've got in that alcohol one.
So the alcohol one that's on. Try and play the video some other night, and you'll see it better. I explained everything. Yeah. But the other one's a light pro or light pro mod or heavy pro mod class that runs in methanol alcohol, no governor, wide open RPM. So you leave the line like 7,500, 8,000 RPM. Makes 58 horse, single cylinder Kohler. 4-speed rear ended, same Midwest Super Cub clutch. It's very similar setup, just up a bigger class. That tractor would be equal to like our light pro or limited pro stock base is what that would be equal to in the Badger State world.
Okay.
A lot of fun.
And it's alcohol. How long a track do you normally run these on, John?
Sometimes they'll run 300-foot tracks. Some places, usually 150 to 200-foot track, depending.
Okay. So I was just wondering if 4-speed transmission, that makes a difference, right? How far you're going to go.
Yeah, in fact, they make gearboxes that go in the front that we'll make it an 8-speed. There's a high and low.
Oh, really?
But
okay,
we spent the money on that technology. Haven't got that serious.
Yeah.
But there's far more. I know there's transmissions out there that are like 12 speeds, even more than that, and they get them dialed right down. They dyno them. Mine is dynoed. That's how I know what it makes. I never had that one dynoed. I don't know what that, offhand. I'm assuming more than 12 horsepower. That cam in it, and it's got a different flywheel. So I assume it's more than How much more? I don't really know. Also run 4,000, 4,200 RPM, so it's more than what 3,600 RPM is.
Okay.
But on them, like all the kill switch stuff. So the kill switch, shut the fuel ignition off. So it's just like the big tractor. Clutches shielded. Unless you have factory shielding on. There's a billet coupler in the back of the drive so that those don't come apart. Bars, weight brackets on the front. Out. You can't any more than just from the center axle forward. So there's different rules. He weighs 1,000 pounds at one club or get another club. I weigh the same with tractor and drive. All the basic driving rules and track rules are the same.
So you take your, and then now you take your tires out. You have like somebody like Korth cut them, or somebody cut them just like everybody else does, or
yeah. And the tires are a big thing in the garden tractor world. And we're talking about that in the video. We have nickels. Nickels are the tires on the back of that. Korth with real wheels. He cuts the tires for them. Cutting the tires. How you cut them? Versus a more horsepower tractor. There's lawn tech tires, Vogel tires, manufacturing down where a lot of camshaft are made, and then a lot of other parts for Cummins, big tractors. They make clutches down there, but Chuck Vogel down there also. Kevin there. They started out garden tractor. They still have a couple pro stocks that they run with ITPA.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Just like Nichols too. Nichols from the garden tractor world. And when
yeah. Yep.
So,
yeah. And you watch on Facebook a lot and you see garden tractor pulls all winter long in places. I mean, they must have a lot more than them. They have big tractor pulls somewhere, right?
They do.
It seems like it.
They do, yeah.
That
quarter scale runs a winter circuit. It's all indoor. One of the pulls out there, they pull in Princeton, out by Tim Englers. There's one in Kentucky, and I don't know. There's then there's Waterloo, Iowa, but I don't know if that's not Waterloo, Iowa. This coming weekend, coming up in New Richmond, that's going to be beer money pulling, and they're gonna.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm only getting every other word in what you're saying, but I kind of figured it out, so I don't know if everybody else is doing the same thing, but yeah, you sound like you got a lot of events you could go through in the winter. Do you go to many of them or not? Or
I have not.
You have not? Yeah.
No. Winter's too hard.
It is. Time to recoup from the summer, right?
Yeah.
It is.
Yep.
It is. Well, and with your job, you probably can't either with the snow and all that. Always at the highway department,
Yeah, it's hard.
Probably a little tougher. Yep. Ross is in school.
And he's in school. Yeah.
Yep.
Summertime between we hit as many as we can.
Yep. So Buster's Binder, is that the name of the tractor when you had it too, or is that a new name?
No, that's a new name. In the video I talked about, Kristen named all the pulling tractors that are around here. Like the mini was, we couldn't figure out a name. Brian name, and we went through a lot of boxes to figure out a name. And then she come up with chicken on a chain. Her favorite PBR bucket.
Yeah.
So that's how that got named. Ross's is Buster's Binder because that was the nickname she come up for him, Buster. So
yeah.
She named Buster's Binder, and then the tractor called the Lucky Rooster.
Yeah.
So She's seen that on a bottle of whiskey, going through a place or going to an event, whatever, and she's in this bottle, and so is that the name of your track?
So that was Rutting Rooster. Rutting Rooster. I said right. You said? Lucky Rooster.
Yeah.
All right.
Lucky Rooster.
All right. Yeah. Well, that's pretty neat. And I seen the tires on that were like, them aren't the tires you pull with, or they're just the ones you're rolling around in the back of that one. You have garden tractor style tires on that one too, usually.
Well, you didn't get to see mine in the video, but my tires are Ross's. Mine are just very old, and put some tires on it.
Okay.
But I have not yet. Ross has got new Nichols tires on his.
Okay. Do you so the diesels in the class in the garden tractors, are there many of them being built at all or not, or how's that going?
Well, Matt Fry,
Yep.
in Wisconsin's got one. There's a around. There's more out east. There's a guy out there that's got a Farm Mall, like a Farm Mall 1206 International and like Minneapolis Moline that are very sharp.
Yeah.
They run them. There's more out east out here though.
Yep. That's it. I talked to Dennis once. He's built a couple pumps for him, like 3 cylinders, I think they are.
Yep.
You know, he said he says a lot of work to get them done right too, isn't it?
3-cylinder Yanmars.
Yeah.
Yep. Turbocharge them.
Right.
They build
That's pretty neat to watch.
They build like a rear end for them to hold the torque.
Yep. But when them guys build them, they usually have to pull against you in a mini rod class, right?
No.
Or no?
No, they got their own.
Do they?
Got their own class.
Okay, because there's only a couple around. You really don't see them pull against. I've watched them a bunch, but I've never seen them have a class here for them yet.
You've seen Kevin Moore's. He's pulled with us. That's a 4 BT Cummins and chassis with tin work.
Okay. Well, I've seen the Fry pull too. He came to one of our events once with his own sled and made a pass. I think it was at the benefit pull. I remember it happening, but
yeah, I think it was last year.
Or it might have been in Sauk. Might have been in town here. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he built that. I don't know. I haven't. So I don't know where he goes.
Yeah, I don't either. Craig Fry, one of the local guys here, is related to him, and I've talked to him about it a couple times, and he's been around. Yeah. Yep. But
pretty neat. So it's all very relevant, very much the same. Quarter scale.
Yep. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Waiting in bales just like everything else. And like we had Doug Ruth on last weekend, and he bought one for his grandson. He got all excited. The kid's got 3 sets of tires now, he was saying, and all kinds of stuff. But he didn't know which one he needed, so he just bought them all and had them there, and they're figuring it out, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a good way to get started and then getting the young kids into pulling, and get them hooked right away, right?
Yeah. Kids that grow from that. Like Doug Bruce, one day he still likes it. He's going to be in a farm tractor somewhere, and then he's eventually going to get and see to the big ones.
Yep. It was neat. The kid would, we were there. The kid really lit up talking about it. That was fun. Right?
Yeah, Ross will too. Ask him questions about it or go to event. Yeah. He's all about it. He's fun.
Yep. That's cool. Well, I don't know. I wish the video was working here. We could see a little bit more, but it's hard. I can barely hear you, and I'm sure everybody else is the same way. And I don't know how I'm coming across, but am I all right?
You're coming across all right. I haven't done anything different than I normally do.
Yeah, I don't either. I wonder if it's on Ryan's end with the Wi-Fi, putting it back out again. I don't know how it works.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah. Ryan, you get anything figured out with the video yet? Is he on yet? Hopefully. Or it's just probably not going to work.
I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll have to
Well,
play it some other night, or whatever when he's back to good Wi-Fi.
okay, we can do that. Well, I've got some other good news for today. Mackville has a program figured out. There will be a pull in Mackville. It's not in Mackville, but it will be in Seymour. But I'm going to wait for the press release that Brian Lively is going to be letting out here in the next couple days, I would believe. So
Awesome.
Roger Baum worked hard and got something done. And maybe I shouldn't say anything about it yet, but what the heck? I was excited about it today to see it come back and happen, so it'll be neat to get there and see what's going on. Hear right from whatever's happening. And hopefully in a couple of years they get it back to the church where it was, and that was always a great location.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the fairground's only 10 minutes from there, so it's not like it's going to be. Hopefully it doesn't hurt the crowd or anything. I think it'll be good, so we'll see.
Well, I'm sure they'll get the word out. They'll get a lot of their fans.
Yep. Hopefully everybody shows them support at the fairgrounds just like they did at the church.
Right. Is it going to be the same weekend?
Yep. Same weekend it always was. Yep.
2 nights?
Yep. 2 nights. Yep. Friday, Saturday night, same classes that they was going to have, even if it was at the church. So there's 2 tracks in Seymour, I believe, too. So should be good.
Good.
Yep. So and Roger's been busting his butt getting that done. I mean, that means a lot to him and his family, and I think it'll be a success there too.
The Baum family, they're full on and pulling, and whatever they do, their heart and souls are.
Yep. And it's probably, if you want to watch Light Pros, probably one of the best places in the state to go watch them. There's 2 nights of them there, and there'll be a pile of them there, and it'll be neat.
That's good.
Yep, because they're doing a silver series from all the guys out east. They'll be coming this way. That's where a lot of them are out there. Get out in the Pennsylvania area, then that area out there. It seems like there's a bunch of them there. So it'll be neat to see that. Yep, maybe we can talk Jerry and Connie Mullinex into coming up too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a component, Light Pro. They had in Highland last year.
Was that the first pass on it?
Yep, I believe it was. Yep.
Won't take them long to have.
No, they'll get her figured out. Ernie Connors will be out there, old soft rod. That's what I nicknamed him. Yep. So, I don't know. I'm a little short of conversation tonight, John. I don't know. What you got? Anything else you want to go over?
I don't have anything else I want to go over, but it would have worked out. It would have been better explanation.
Yep. Well, we can do it some other time. Get it done some other week here. Go through it a little bit, part of a show or something, and see what we have.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yep.
So hopefully we get together here and maybe get a couple others recorded this week. Chat here.
We've got plans to go to Gallups' shop sometime this week, and I'm going to get after Dennis tomorrow sometime at his shop too this week. Try to get it done before we get in the field. Get a few weeks knocked out here.
Yeah. I think it's Ridge Friday. Ridge.
What's that?
I think it's Ridge Fries.
Yep. We'll make Ridge the star. Yep.
There. Yep.
So I don't know if you want to thank our sponsors, John. I think we could probably be done. It's not working really well here. I feel like if I'm only getting every other word of yours and cutting in and out.
Yeah, we'd like to thank Casper Egg, Enterprises, Camp Transport, down and dirty. Yep.
Well, hopefully next week we have a better internet situation, and I'm sure Ryan will. He's out working somewhere else right now too, and it's tough when you go to a hotel. I know the internet is terrible there always. You never. Oh, I shouldn't say always. You never know what you're going to get, right?
True. Yep. So,
Yep.
You can't give him enough.
Yep. So I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. Tune in next week. We'll have something new for you. Sound good?
Sounds good. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank you, guys. See you later.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.